Have you ever wondered what those complex medical terms mean? Today, we're diving into the world of orthopedics, focusing on the most commonly used terms in an emergency room setting. Medical jargon can often seem like a foreign language, but understanding it is crucial, especially for medical students and professionals. Breaking down these terms to their roots, prefixes, and suffixes can illuminate their meanings and applications. So, let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Stay tuned as we unravel the mystery behind these terms. Medical terms may seem daunting, but they can be dissected into smaller parts. Let's break it down. Each term typically has a root, a prefix, and a suffix. The root, the core of the word, often refers to the body part in question. For instance, cardio pertains to the heart. The prefix, which comes before the root, modifies its meaning. Take hyper, which means excessive or high. Attach it to cardio, and you get hypercardio, indicating an unusually high heart activity. Finally, we have the suffix, which comes after the root. This usually describes a condition, disorder, or procedure. For instance, itis signifies inflammation, so carditis would mean inflammation of the heart. By understanding these components, you can decode many medical terms, even those you've never encountered before. It's like having your own secret decoding ring for the language of medicine. With this basic understanding, let's dive into our top 10 orthopedic terms. Number 1 on our list is arthroscopy. Arthro is a prefix that denotes relation to joints, and scopy is a suffix referring to visual examination. So, arthroscopy describes a procedure where doctors visually examine a joint, usually with a tiny camera inserted through a small incision. Moving on, we have osteoporosis. This term is derived from two roots, osteo, meaning bone, and porosis, indicating thinning or porous. So, osteoporosis is a condition where the bones become thin and porous, making them weak and prone to fractures. Next up is rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid comes from rheuma, a Greek word for flowing, and oid meaning similar to. Arthritis comes from arthro, referring to joints, and itis, a suffix for inflammation. Thus, rheumatoid arthritis is an inflammatory condition that affects the joints, causing pain and swelling. Fourth on our list is spondylolisthesis. This term combines spondilo, meaning spine, and listhesis, denoting slipping. Hence, spondylolisthesis is a condition where one vertebra slips forward over the one below it. Finally, we have tendinitis. Tendo refers to tendon, and itis again refers to inflammation. Therefore, tendinitis is inflammation of the tendon, often causing pain and swelling. In essence, each term tells a story about the condition it describes, from the body part involved to the nature of the ailment. Now that we've covered the first 5, are you ready for the next 5? Number 6 on our list is bursitis. Derived from the Latin term bursa, meaning purse, it refers to the inflammation of the small, fluid-filled pads or bursae that act as cushions among your bones and the tendons and muscles near your joints. The suffix itis is often used in medical terminology to denote inflammation, making bursitis the inflammation of a bursa. Next up is fracture. The root of this term is derived from the Latin frangere, meaning to break. So, in medical parlance, a fracture is simply a break in the bone. Our 8th term, orthotics, comes from the Greek orthos, which means straight. An orthotic is a device that aids in aligning or straightening a part of the body. The term sciatica is next, and this one refers to pain that radiates along the path of the sciatic nerve, which branches from your lower back through your hips and buttocks and down each leg. The term stems from the Latin sciaticus, meaning of the hip. Finally, we have scoliosis, a term that originates from the Greek word scoliosis, which translates to a bending. In medical terms, scoliosis refers to a sideways curvature of the spine that occurs most often during the growth spurt just before puberty. Now that you've learned all 10 terms, let's summarize what we've learned. Understanding medical terminology is like learning a new language. We've taken a deep dive into the world of orthopedics, breaking down 10 common terms into their roots, prefixes, and suffixes. This approach not only aids in comprehension, but also helps you identify the body part each term refers to. We've demystified complex jargon, from arthroplasty to osteoporosis, transforming them into understandable concepts. Next time you hear these terms, you'll know exactly what they mean. Thanks for watching.